Cool, I think I'll stick the heated seat on it. It's bloody cold today. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Behind the Blade, episode 55. Would you believe it? We've been to the unit this morning and we've collected everything we need for the day, and we are heading to site in separate vehicles as I might need to run off at some point today. We're on the way to a school. We've not been there since the beginning of the Christmas break, so we've got to check all the hedges, do any weed control, and also all of the line marking. And with the line marking, we've got to pray that there's still lines on the ground. Otherwise, we're going to have to get the mark out bag in order to get them on the ground. Now, if you watched last week's video, you'll know that we had a pretty full-on Saturday. And after the Christmas break, just having one day off and back in has taken its toll on me today. But luckily, thanks to the trusty reminders and whiteboard in the unit, there's still a lot I've got to crack on and persevere with. And it's getting closer to the time that all these tenders that we have submitted for will be decided. So it's one of those weird times where you don't know whether in 6 weeks' time it's going to be something you can handle, or whether we're going to be absolutely rushed off of our feet. Only time will tell, but let's get to this school and get the maintenance done. So as soon as we get to the school, we get the trike out and we start mixing that paint up. Now luckily here we've just got 3 football pitches, a rugby and a set of grids, and we can still see the lines on the ground. So we jump straight onto the trike to start marking these up, and Ash is doing a fantastic job and we're taking turns as we go. Now luckily, even after all the rain, the ground is holding up well and we can get these bits done. Right, we're cracking on with it really well. Ash is on the last football pitch at this side of the site. We've also had to string out our grids because we completely lost them over the winter period and all that rain we've had. Whilst me and Ash have been taking turns on the line marker, Rob has been using a hedge cutter to just get any saplings off of the base of trees, anything that's not safe that a kid could run into, any branches and stuff like that. So getting that sorted, and then we can move on to the next side of this school. So we've been over to the other side of this side of the school and the pitches there are unmarkable. It's mega boggy. Had a quick catch up with the facilities manager, which was good. There's nothing directly for our attention at this side of the site, so we're going to head over to the other side of the school now, get some hedge work done and also check like the general tidiness of the site. Let's get over there. So we're now at the other side of the school and we get started with this long hedgerow. It's not too bad at all, we just need to tackle the wispy bits to neaten it up a little bit. Once this long hedgerow is done, we can move into the school to tackle all the courtyards. Just leaving the site, we didn't get to film a lot because there's kids navigating through the site. But we are now on top of all the hedge work and the lads are there now just tidying up whilst I'm running some errands. I've got a fair few envelopes to send off for some parish council tenders, so we need to get them to the post office and get them sent off before the deadline. And also at the weekend I went to the unit with my wife and my son because there was the Chilly Willy motorcycle convoy, over 1,000 motorcycles raising money for the local air ambulance. We was going to sit there in the tractor and watch them all go past, but the tractor had a flat battery, so I'm now on my way to Motor Factors now to pick up a new battery. We've already charged the battery that's on it once already and it's just not holding charge, so I'm going to get a new battery. Coming into the season we'll stick a new one on it and we can keep the other one as a spare, fully charged if we need to jump anything at the unit. But I am going to leave a link to the Chilly Willy motorcycle ride, and if you do want to donate to the East Midlands Air Ambulance Service, then feel free. But it was a fantastic spectacle. Let's go get this battery and then meet the boys back at the unit. And we are now back at the unit. We're going to give the unit a good tidy, go through all the kit, get the tractor sorted, change the blades on the Trimax, and then we are good to go for the season, finally. And then yeah, we're probably only 5-6 weeks away from grass cutting, so hopefully it will come around quick. At least we can ramp productivity up now, knowing that all the kit is good and ready to go. We've had a lot of maintenance stuff in the videos lately, so I'm not going to film any of it, and we shall see you tomorrow. But that wasn't quite the case. Well, I thought that would be it for the day. We're still on Monday and it started snowing. So tonight I'm out gritting just our clients, mainly just the schools, and I'll try and grab some footage. It's just going to be a pedestrian gritter job. It doesn't normally take me long, so I should be able to fly around fairly quickly. So you join me at the last gritting site of the evening, and I'm just pushing the pedestrian spreader in order to get the white salt spreaded on the ground. White salt's a lot easier to use than brown, for anyone that's wondering, and as you can see here I'm going fairly slow because this is a high traffic vehicle area, so we just need to make sure that the vehicles can get up this hill. But anyway, there's nothing to it. I just go around all the site making sure the site is nice and safe for the morning. Tuesday morning, absolutely freezing this morning, but it's worked to our advantage. It's firmed the ground up a bit, so we're over at the first site of the day. This morning I've had to do some admin bits and run to my old bank to grab statements because they didn't send me any statements from the accounts. But anyway, Ash is now on the trike in the distance starting the first pitch. We're all going to take turns. Me and Rob have just walked the pitches and all the other pitches look markable with the trike, so we'll get this done and move to the next one. So as mentioned, Ash has already made a start on the trike and we've got 5 pitches to sort out here. We've got 3 11v11s, a 5v5 and a 7v7. We're taking turns so we can do a quick pit stop after each pitch, and that's just to keep each other 1, not bored, and 2, not cold. But we're getting on it with this really well. The ground's really firm here and the grass does seem to have grown a little bit. So we're going to try and get back here later on the week, later on in this video, to get the grass cut. But anyway, we've done those 5 pitches and we're now at the second site. We've just got 2 11v11s to mark out here and it's a job done for this client. So with the line marking done, we are now at one of our residential properties, known as the Leaf property. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know the one we mean. It's looking really good here. Obviously, most of the leaves are now dropped. So just a quick blow up of the lawns, all the pathways and driveways, and we'll be out of here. So we jump straight into the back of the van and get all of the blowers fueled up and ready to go. We need to get all of the leaves off of the lawns and the hard standings, so what we're probably going to do is work as a team and push them into a corner in order for us to get them tidy. And that's exactly what we're doing here. Me with my little blower, just getting it off of the hard standings and gravel driveway, and the lads pushing them off of the lawns in order to get them into a pile. Now normally this area is absolutely covered and we've not started on it yet. It's not looking too bad. But with the front lawn done, we can finish off little bits on the driveway and start to head to the next job. Now at the next job, we've got some line marking to do. We've only got 1 pitch to do here and it's from waterlogging last week, but we don't know what we can use, so I take both options with me on the trike to assess the ground. So I am currently walking the pitch that was absolutely completely flooded. If you watched last week's video, you'll know the one that I'm on about. And I actually can't believe how much it's dried up. Considering less than like 3 or 4 days ago, this was completely underwater. I'm basically walking this with no squelching at all. It's unbelievable. The British weather is just so unpredictable, isn't it? I think what we're going to do is attempt the trike on this one, but what we'll have to do is just judge the ground as we're on it, and at the first sign of failure we can transfer over to the push marker if we need to. Let's get on with it. So it was actually me that tackled that pitch and it went really smoothly. The trike took it well and we managed to get it marked out with no issues at all. Absolutely unbelievable. And now what we're going to do now is get the trike clean and back in the van. And we make progress to get back to the unit. And when we get to the unit, we've had another order from Fleet for some blue line marking paint. We're going to get all of the kit out ready for tomorrow. Get tomorrow planned out, and then yeah, I guess we'll see you tomorrow. See you in a bit. It's Wednesday morning and we are on site again. We're at one of our football club clients and we're going to be tackling their hedge work here. Just going to go around and tighten the place up. As we know, we're only 5 to 6 weeks away from grass cutting and we want to make sure that hedge work is the last thing on our mind when we're trying to get our initial cuts done. This is the site that we managed to get a flail to. If you didn't see that video, it will be up here somewhere. So it should be fairly easy today. We're just going to run around with the handheld hedge cutters and get them nice and neat. Get away straight in the trailer and we'll get back to the warm. So we walk around the site and come up with a little battle plan, and then we get all of the kit fueled up. I'd love to know how much time we waste filling all the kit up in a week. I'm sure there's got to be a solution, right? But anyway, we get started with the hedge cutting, working as a team, doing the tops and the sides, and there's also a fair amount of leaves that we need to get tidied too, but we're just working through the site and getting it sorted all together in harmony. And we are basically done here. We're just blowing up and tidying up now. Just wanted to crack on with it today. Didn't film a lot. I feel like sometimes it can get in the way filming, and no matter how much we love producing these videos, there are days when you are cold that you just don't want to whack a camera out. But anyway, we're on top of this site. We're going to head back to the unit now. It's around 11:30, 12 o'clock, and we're just going to clean down some kit and clean out the line markers. And the reason for that is next week we're really busy with line marking. However, looking at the weather, there's potential for about a 2-week block of snow, so we're going to clean it all out now just in case, so it doesn't get blocked up. So if we aren't using it daily, as we believe we might be, then it won't cause any issues. I sent out an email marketing campaign this morning for some verti draining. In our area we're getting lots of soggy pitches, and they're probably good enough to get on with the tractor and get verti drained, but we'll see if anything comes of that. It's interesting to speak to other contractors around the country. I know that quite a lot of you are out verti draining at the minute, but it seems like the clubs that we look after potentially don't want to spend the extra budget at the minute, especially after the season we've just had with the extended mowing periods. They're trying to keep a hold of some money by the looks of it. But anyway, let's get back to the unit. Good morning, you lovely lot. It is currently Thursday. I'm losing track of the days this week. I don't know what it is. As you know, we didn't film a lot yesterday, but quite a little bit happened. I mentioned in the morning that I sent off a campaign via email for verti draining. We've already had a couple of responses, so tomorrow I'm going to be going out doing inspections to see when we can get on to get them done, but it will hopefully relieve some waterlogging issues for some of our clients. Anyway, today is a busy one. We are on the way currently to the mighty Find and Volta. We haven't been able to get over there for about 3 weeks due to ground conditions, so we are taking backup plans and string out kits and stuff like that, but we need to get the pitches there marked and back on the ground. We don't know whether it's going to be an over mark or an initial mark yet, but only one way we'll find out. Then after that we are at Primark. If you've been watching these videos weekly, you'll know that I've been mentioning time and time again that we can't get on the banks due to the weather, and that's mainly due to the moisture of the ground, meaning that it's really slippy when you put a machine on there. However, today the ground is so hard because of the freezing temperatures, I think we might be able to get the overgrown bits flailed. The temperatures have now risen, so there's no frost. It's not looking like it's going to freeze overnight, and the ground should just be hard enough in order to get a flail mower on it. But again, we won't know until we get there. So let's get over to the mighty Find and Volta, get some lines on the ground, and then see where the day takes us. So I'm not at Find and Volta yet. Literally about 5 minutes from the unit on the way to Volta, there was a young lad stuck at the side of the road with his motorbike. Whenever I see that, I always instantly think he's run out of petrol, and obviously we carry petrol, so I stopped. But it turned out that his chain had come off his motorbike. Ash was a couple of minutes behind me, so he's pulled over, given me the toolkit, and we've got this young lad back on the road. Ash and Rob did carry on heading to Find and Volta, so we'll find out what the conditions are like when they get there. I've not spoke to Ash yet. I'm just going to follow this lad home, make sure he gets home safe, and then we'll get over to Volta and see what the crack is. But I'd urge people to help other people out if they're stuck at the side of the road. Especially in our job, we do a lot of miles, and if you've got the time and the ability to help, one day it might be you at the side of the road, and it means the world for someone else that you don't know to help out. But anyway, a bit too emotional for a Thursday morning, ain't it? So let's get over to Find and Volta, see what the boys are up to. So as soon as I get over there, they're already on it, and as the pedestrian markers by the van, I can only presume that the trike is in action, and it is. Ash has started with the blues. He's already got one blue pitch on the ground. We use the blue paint to signify a smaller pitch within a larger pitch, and with the second blue pitch now done, we can now move on to the white pitches. In total there's 2 blue pitches here and 3 white ones, just in case you wanted to know. But anyway, now we're on to the whites. we can start taking turns and we can get these on the ground. We were here with the belief that we was going to have to do initial markouts, but luckily we can still see some lines on the ground, so it's making it mega easy for us to do our job and get out of here. And look at that, a pitch within a pitch, all nice and lovely. Need to get a string line on that though. And we are now on site at Primark. We're going to fly over to the lovely Ash and he's going to give us a rundown of what's being done today.
Edge cut? I don't know. I need to say it like you do. How'd you start? How do you actually start?
First of
all, we're getting this out of the van to start with. Hedge cut, trim, spray, tidy. I don't know, hedge cutting. We've got to get the flail out of the van. I wouldn't look in there though, because it's quite a mess.
So with the top tier presenting now done by Ash, he decides to put the microphone down and grab a hedge cutter. Now this is another one of those areas that we've had to ask to get cordoned off because it's normally got cars in the way and we can't maintain it. So we're giving it a good go over now with me on the strimmer, just doing all of the areas in between the hedges and the lads running around doing the hedges. Right, we're all done at the front with these hedges. So now we are going to go around the back. We've got more hedge work to do and also we're going to get the flail out on the banks. So we've finally got the flail out for the first time this year at this site. It's finally safe to do so and we can start getting this wild area down for its first cut of the year. Just working through it, we've got around 300 metres by 50 metres to do. Whilst Rob is on the bank, me and Ash, just behind us, all the way down for about a mile, there's a hedge line that runs against the fence. We're just going to tidy that up. So we're going to walk down now with the hedge cutters, get that all cut back to the fence line and then get it all tidied up. So me and Ash decide to walk all the way to the bottom and work our way back up towards the van. And what we're going to be doing here is just giving the wispy bits of this fence a cut. They want to try and grow this out to give a bit of privacy through the fence line. So we're just giving it a little bit of a cut and maintaining the borders in order for the mower in the summer season. And once we've finished with the hedge cutting all the way along this fence, we're going to go back to the van, grab a strimmer and a blower and work our way back down in order to give it a trim and a tidy up as we go. Trying to do this one-handed. I did redo that section I just filmed, don't worry about it, but Ash is following me in order to tidy up behind me. And now we can just check the progress on the banks, and we're also going to check all the swales to make sure they're working properly and there's nothing overhanging, stopping the flow of water. We get the strimmer out to do all of the wispy bits that the flail can't grab around any trees, and then we just keep on going, trying to get this bank sorted out. It's been a long time coming, but finally we are getting there. So we're making good progress on the bank. Rob is still up there with the flail. We've got probably about 100 metres worth left. So probably about an acre in total, which isn't too bad going. We've done a fair bit today. I'm going to drop Ash to the Ranger. Ash is going to go to the waste facility and get rid of the waste that's in the trailer. I'm going to take the van. We've had a delivery at home, so I'm going to go and grab that on the way back to the unit. I will meet the boys back at the unit so we can get all of the kit ready for tomorrow. You're probably wondering what the delivery is. Well, so just quickly before we show you what's been delivered, if you could all hit that subscribe button with the notifications bell, it makes sure that you do not miss any of our content. And not only that, it helps us support and grow the channel and helps us with stuff like what's in with this delivery. Anyway, so just quickly before I turn this camera around and show you what the delivery is, I'm going to be completely transparent and let all of the viewers and the subscribers, the people that have helped us get to 8.2 thousand subscribers, we're going to let you know all of the information. So as a business, we are constantly keeping our eye on the market of tools and machinery to make sure that we are, one, the most efficient we can be, and two, we are staying with the times. Now for about the last year, you've probably seen us rattle on our Instagrams and on YouTube about the battery tool market. So being completely transparent, in the background we have been testing kit from several manufacturers, a plethora of kit, pretty much all of the big battery brands, but there's one brand that stuck out to us. We love the innovation that they're bringing to the market and we think that their current systems are fit for purpose. Obviously we need a system that's fit for purpose now, which is going to get even better in the future. So I reached out to them with a little bit of a pitch, and they basically replied saying that they'd give us a 3-month trial to see how we get on with it. And if the partnership works and we keep delivering content that viewers watch, enjoy and engage with, then hopefully it can go further. Anyway, let's show you which brand we are talking about that has been extremely kind to support this channel, and we cannot thank them enough. And we're excited to put the tools to the test. So that's right, you might have already guessed it, but Kress has sent us a little care package in order for us to test and try out their equipment. Again, thank you so much to Kress. And well, there you have it. Kress have sent us a snippet of their new commercial range for us to try and showcase on the channel. For that, I am extremely grateful, and hopefully we can give the subscribers and the viewers of this channel a good insight into battery equipment. So what have they sent us? So we've got all of our batteries over here. Again, this is the commercial range. So we've got our batteries and our charger. We have got a handheld hedge cutter and a strimmer. And we've also got the 21-inch pedestrian mower. I've always said from the beginning of starting the channel that we won't work with brands that, one, don't listen to the community and innovate the ideas that everyone's coming up with, and two, provide quality kit that we can actually use. So for those of you that don't know about Kress, hopefully in the future we can bring you the Cyber Tank and show you the full commercial range. But for now, we're going to be putting this battery use to the test. We only do commercial work, so we're definitely going to be putting it through its paces. But anyway, again, a massive thank you to Kress. Let me know in the comments if you need any further information on Kress at all. There will be links in the description if you want to learn a little bit more about all of their tools and products. But again, thank you very much for sending us this kit, and hopefully we can do it justice in our 3-month trial for you guys. But anyway, going back to today, the lads are done at Primark and they are on their way back to the unit. So when they get back, we're going to get the vehicles emptied, we're going to get this stuff unboxed and charged so we can get it to work straight away, and we're going to get loaded up ready for tomorrow. I'm just going to stick a quick coffee on for when the lads get back. I'm not going to unbox that yet because something tells me that Ash is going to be like a kid in a candy shop. Oh wait, they've just turned up, so let's find out. You naughty boy, he's already ruined the surprise, isn't he?
No.
Right, come on then.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Christmas. Whose is it?
No, remember when you ruined the surprise? You meant to act surprised now. Because you ruined the surprise, you meant to act... Are you excited?
Yeah.
Are you going to say thank you to Kress?
Thank you, Kress.
Thank you, Kress.
Thank you.
We love you. Should we get it boxed up and charged?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Go on.
So we start getting the new kit unpacked and the vans unloaded. It's doing something. Didn't realise it is the 8-minute system, so we'll see how quick that charges up, and if someone in the comments hits 8 minutes I'm going to cry. But anyway, we're getting most of the stuff unboxed. It's just a mower to do now. Everything's loaded up ready for tomorrow, so the Ranger can come back in the unit and we are good to go for tomorrow.
See you in a bit, lads. I'm going home. I like it. Great success.
Yeah, absolutely mega impressed with that kit, excited to use it. Everything's on charge, ready to be used for either tomorrow or next week. Tomorrow is Friday and we are all done for the day, so we shall see you on Friday. We're back in work, it's Friday. So we're over at the unit, just getting all the stuff ready for today. So today I'm out basically quoting, and Ash and Rob are going out with the mower on the back and all the line marking equipment, because potentially we might be cutting some pictures that are getting too long. But what I'm going to do is pass the camera to Ash today. There isn't probably going to be any talking from him because we know he won't do it. But if we just get him to film without talking, he probably will do it. So we'll grab some clips of that today and I'll keep you updated as you follow me around going to quote. Okay, so I have been in the unit just catching up on invoices and quotes and all that stuff. Ash has just video called me and they are at the site, and it does look like they'll be able to get the mower out there, so we'll chuck some footage in of that. And I'm on my way to the first quote. So the lads get to site, they get the ground tested and they deem it okay for the Hustler. So they get it unpacked and then fired up with the blades turned on. And Ash is now finally conducting the first grass pitch of 2024 in January. Would you believe it? But anyway, the ground's taking it really well. They've just got one 11v11 to get cut here. They're leaving the height fairly high, but they're just tartaning it up ready for line marking after. Now we got called as a bit of an emergency to get this cut and marked for an ad hoc client for the weekend's games. And now the pitch is finally done, they can grab the line marker to start marking out. Now we were originally told it's an initial mark out. Some of the lines are on the ground, so we can work off of that because that would have been our robot last season, but some of them also need stringing. But with that now done, they can now get everything packed up, back onto the trailer and head to the next site. So my first quote walk round is done. Absolutely crazy. Some of the points and issues that are raised by the current contractor are a bit worrying. And for those of you that are still using weed killer in line marking, you need to stop, especially in schools. It's just going to turn into a massive health and safety risk. But anyway, I'm now going to give Ash a call, see how they're getting on, make sure if there's any issues or anything I can help with. And then I'm going to be travelling to the next quote, which is around 40 minutes away. Let's give him a call and make sure he's all right. And Ash was more than all right. He was absolutely in his element, happy to be back cutting. And again, we're back at the site that we mentioned earlier on in the video where we've got 5 football pitches to get cut. And again, the ground's taking it really well, and this is going to help us tenfold when we get the tractor back out, as the height will be at a fairly good position ready for the Trimax. So we get this cut, and we don't need to get this marked out on the line marker because we're going to be back here next week anyway, and these are good enough for the games at the weekend. So with all 5 pitches now getting mowed, the lads can think about heading back to the unit. And doesn't it look fantastic? And when they get back to the unit, we get all of the kit cleaned down from the week to make sure it gets tucked away nice and clean. And now you can see me on the floor battling with some verted drain tines in order to get them changed. So we are all back at the unit, and when the lads got back, they've cleaned all the machines down that we've used this week, and I have made progress on changing the tines on the verti drainer. If you were watching us in the summer, you'll know that I put a little bit of a tack weld on some of the tines because they kept coming out. I've managed to replace 6 so far, and I'll do the other 6 tomorrow, and they're not too bad. So the time it's took me to replace the old tines for the new ones definitely beats the time I was jumping out of the tractor to replace the tines when we were verti draining. I'm unsure whether I'm going to tack these ones, however, because these are a lot snugger fit and we've got new bolts for them. But anyway, yeah, it's been yet another good week. Again, thank you to everyone that is watching these videos, that is subscribed. If you aren't subscribed, I'd really appreciate one. A massive thank you to Kress yet again for sending that kit out and supporting us as a channel. But we will see you next week. See you in a bit. Bye.
Goodbye.